Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker with Remax Crown Realty here in Sudbury, Ontario, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Many, many times you've heard me talk about first time home buyers, how important it is to get to your banker or mortgage specialist to be pre approved. And that is the first step because a pre approval will tell you right at that point, listen, this is not the right time for you, but let's make a plan. Or, yes, you qualify for a mortgage. But you have to look at your income and your net income and your lifestyle. Just because the bank says you can spend this amount of money on a mortgage doesn't mean that that's where you should go. And in fact, I always tell people you have to have some margin in your net income for, if you need a new car or you decide you're going to add to your family and have a baby. And so now you're on mat leave for a year, you have to look at your net income that's available to not just have the mortgage paid, but the insurance, the taxes, any repairs that have to be made. And remember that, every year, um, taxes never stay the same. They're always increasing, right? So you could have two families that make the same money and they qualify at the mortgage level for the same mortgage, but their lifestyle is totally different, and their one can maybe afford to buy a more expensive house and the other needs to be, more practical and maybe get a smaller house because of the lifestyle that they live, sorry, and the lifestyle that they want to maintain. Um, so you want to look at the big picture. It's not enough to just go to your mortgage specialist and be pre-approved. That is the first step, and that's one of the most important first steps for sure. But you have to know your total numbers and what you can live with. A great example was the other day I showed a house and it was great. We really liked it. And then we saw what the hydro bills were and it just didn't fit in the budget. So you always have to keep looking at what's it going to cost me to run this house every month, including the mortgage and all the other things that come with home ownership. So, very important to take your time and set out that budget and what you're willing to give up in your lifestyle, or maybe you're not willing to give anything up and you just have to adjust the price that you're going to look at when you're buying that first house. Just know your numbers. And what's happening in your life and what you can afford. And I always say, once you have a budget, we have to respect the budget. And, there's always going to be houses that are a little bit more expensive and you would love to get in, but then are you respecting your budget? And is there a sacrifice that you can make in your lifestyle to make that house more feasible? So, definitely your first step is to speak to your mortgage specialist. And then your second step is look at all your numbers as a whole and what are we netting that's available to service that house on a monthly basis. I hope you find this helpful. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.